welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya. I'm an integrative health coach and I specialize in leveraging the paleo diet and lifestyle to optimize your health. Do you hear about hashtag meal prep Sunday all the time, but you are not sure how you could possibly prepare a full week's worth of meals in a few hours? If so, definitely keep on watching because I'm going to be showing you how to do exactly that. And of course, for the best content on the paleo diet, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell down below so that you are notified every time I post a new video every Wednesday. I know meal prepping everything for the entire week can sound like a lot in a few hours, but trust me, it is honestly the best way to save time in the kitchen and honestly just money in general because you're not going to be eating out as much. It also makes sticking to a certain way of eating like the paleo diet so much easier because trust me, when you come home from a long day at work, the last thing you want to do is cook a meal. So you're most likely to grab something that's quick and easy, that is probably going to be nutrient poor, some kind of refined food. But if you have these nutrient dense whole foods in the fridge waiting for you, that's when you're going to eat it. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to prepare your meals for the week. And I have a really exciting surprise for you guys at the end of this video. So let's get right into it. So we're going to be making a breakfast cauliflower fried rice, some grain-free granola. We're going to prep the ingredients for a delicious nourish bowl. We're also going to prep the ingredients for a salmon salad. And we're also making, for dinner, we're going to be making a Bolognese stuffed sweet potato dish and a shrimp fajita bowl. So guys, that doesn't sound absolutely delicious. I don't know what does. So if you're excited for those meals, definitely give this video a thumbs up right now and let's get right into it. Okay, so I have almost all the ingredients in front of me. We're gonna divide this in like two sections. So there's gonna be the oven and then stovetop. So we're gonna get going with the oven because a lot of stuff takes a little bit more time in the oven. So we're gonna start with the breakfast recipes. So I'm gonna start with putting some bacon in there that will be included in the breakfast cauliflower fried rice. And then after the bacon, we will get the granola in there. But while the bacon is baking, we will prepare the granola. And then once the granola is baking, we will prepare the cauliflower fried rice. You see how we're being very efficient here? Let's go. All right, so the bacon is in the oven and now we're gonna start prepping the granola. The granola is so easy. All you're gonna need is 2 cups of nuts of your choice. So I'm gonna do a combo of almonds and walnuts today, and then half a cup of pumpkin seeds, half a cup of coconut chips, 1/4 cup of honey, and then 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. So super easy. All you do is you throw everything in the food processor except for the coconut chips. I find when I put the coconut chips in, there's not much left. So I like to put them afterwards, put the pumpkin seeds. Yeah, this is such a staple. It's so easy to make. Just add it in the oven, and it makes like the best like clusters as well. Add the honey. All right, and I've melted the coconut oil, so we're just gonna add that. I forgot to mention, we also need 1 teaspoon of the vanilla. The vanilla just makes it so delicious. And then with pretty much anything I make, I add a little bit of salt. Salt just enhances flavor, so why would you not add it? Okay, so we have everything in here. We're just gonna go ahead and pulse a few times. You don't wanna over pulse it because then you're not gonna get those big granola clusters. So just a few pulses, that's gonna break down the almonds and the walnuts, and then they'll be ready to bake. So the granola is looking good. I have a baking sheet with parchment paper here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that on top. And this is the part where I add the coconut chips as well. All right, so that looks pretty good. So now I'm just gonna wait for the bacon to be done, and we'll put that in, and then we're gonna get going on the cauliflower fried rice recipe. So we got rid of the food processor and now I got my cutting board. I just chopped up some carrots, some onions, and I got some frozen peas here, and that's going to be the base for like the vegetables for our breakfast cauliflower fried rice. If you just watched my recent video, which was how I eat paleo on a budget, this recipe would have been included in there along with other really cool recipes that are very budget friendly. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to link it up here. We're going to be making that, so I'm going to toss everything in the pan. There's some coconut oil in there right now. Then we're going to add the cauliflower, the bacon that's in the oven that's almost ready, and it takes absolutely no time to make. Alright, so the carrot, peas, onions are doing well over there. I'm gonna add this right here. So this is just a little hack that again will save you some time and money, I think. So it's rice, cauliflower, it's just cauliflower in here. So I use this all the time. I always have it in the freezer in case I just want to bulk up a meal with some cauliflower rice. I'm also going to be adding some coconut aminos, the bacon, and then that'll be it. I actually, even though it's a breakfast cauliflower rice and we have eggs in it, I store it in the fridge just like that, and then the morning of you can just quickly heat it up in a pan, add 2 eggs and make the scramble fresh, or you could add all 8 eggs right away. I just prefer to do it fresh, and it takes not even 5 minutes. Okay, so the cauliflower rice is just finishing up, and the grain-free granola, it has 11 minutes left. So we're gonna start prepping the ingredients for our Nourish Bowl. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I love my Nourish Bowls for lunch. It's such a great way to make sure you're getting a good bulk of vegetables every single day. So I always include vegetables, greens, that kind of stuff, and then a source of carb. Usually, especially in the winter months, I want something a bit more warming and comforting. I'll usually have a source of protein. Most of the time it's chicken, and I usually add a good source of fat in the form of like avocado or some nuts and seeds on top, or well, my dressing is always avocado oil, so I always have that source of fat for sure. So this is pretty easy to prep. The greens, done. I just buy my greens like washed and chopped already, saving some time there. I'm going to chop up this cucumber and then it'll be ready to go. And with these Nourish Bowls, I wouldn't assemble them right away because then they can kind of get like soggy. So I prepare all the ingredients, put them in containers, glass containers individually, and once it's lunchtime or the morning of, you can just assemble it really quick. So I'm gonna chop this up in little cubes because that's gonna go in the oven right after the grain-free granola. And then the chicken, we're actually gonna poach it. So if you haven't poached chicken yet, definitely give it a try. I really like it, especially, I wouldn't do it for everything, but if I'm doing a Nourish Bowl, then poached chicken is great. And again, it's easy. You just boil it. All right, we are progressing well, my friends. So the granola is done. I just took it out. The granola takes about like 30 minutes to fully harden. So when it comes out of the oven, it's actually still really soft. You just let it sit, and it's gonna all cluster up and get crunchy. Now I'm actually gonna put my sweet potatoes in the oven right now. That's gonna take a little bit longer, so we're gonna let that chill. The oven is also going back up because granola needs a little bit less heat than the sweet potatoes. And then we're gonna get started on the chicken. So as I said, poached chicken is just super easy. You add the chicken breast in the pot, fill it up with water, bring it to a boil, and then lower it down, and that's it. I'm gonna use my meat thermometer to know if it's ready. I don't remember I always just Google it, what the temperature needs to be, so I'll put it on the screen here. And yeah, we're gonna keep going because we're not done yet. All right, so we're doing pretty good. We technically only have 3 things left to cook. So we just have the Bolognese, and then we have to bake the sweet potatoes for the Bolognese because it's like Bolognese stuff. Sweet potato. And then we're gonna make the shrimp fajita mixture along with just some simple cauliflower rice, and that'll be it for our meals. All right, so we're making a good progress here. So behind me, right over there, the beef is cooking. So I got some grass-fed ground beef for the Bolognese. The chicken is still going, and then I just chopped up the onions, celery, and shredded carrots. So you could chop it up, but I like to shred it because it just cooks faster. So yeah, in no time we'll have a Bolognese ready. I'm adding some tomato paste and coconut milk to that as well, and that's what makes it nice and creamy. It's so good, guys. You really have to try this recipe. It's my go-to Bolognese. It's the only one I make. I will never buy one already made because this is super easy to make and so delicious. So yeah, I will give you an update on that very soon. So it's time to add the sauce in the Bolognese. So I have 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk, which I'm just gonna put in this big bowl. And then 3/4 of a cup of tomato paste, just equal parts. You could add less or more. It's just gonna determine like the level of creaminess of your bolognese. And then you just have to mix this in together. Sometimes I'll just throw it into my NutriBullet and it just makes it like a super smooth sauce right off the bat. But again, this is not a problem to make as well. You can just whip that up till they're well combined. Makes this like super creamy tomato sauce. It is so good. All right, so we're good. We're gonna add that into with the meat and vegetables. Okay, another meal done. So the Nourish Bowl, as I said, is just kind of assembling it. So it's just preparing the food. So we got our chicken, which I shredded with 2 forks. Then we have the sweet potatoes that are just cubed. And yeah, I'll just grab like a big bowl, put some greens at the bottom. This week I got some arugula, some chicken, sweet potatoes. We have our fresh cucumber that I chopped up that is actually right over here. So that's like ready to go as well. And then avocado and avocado oil, salt and pepper, and that's kind of it. So yeah, so now moving on to our second lunch. Second lunch, which is the salmon salad, is super easy, and I usually prep that most of it in the moment when I actually need it. And since we already have some cucumbers chopped up, this is going to be for the salmon salad and the Nourish Bowl. Now I just have to chop up some celery and some red onions. So celery, red onion, and the cucumber are the vegetables that I will mix in with some canned salmon and some mayo, and that's actually it. And then I use plantain chips to like scoop it up. So it's super delicious. Again, I made a variation of that in my last video, which is like my budget-friendly paleo, and some of you guys were really excited about that one. So let's move on to our last cooked meal, which is our shrimp fajita bowl. So this one is one of my favorites. Oh, and the sweet potatoes for the bolognese is in the oven. So those, I just chopped them in halves and poke some holes with a fork, but they take a while. So we're just gonna let them chill in there for a little while. All right, let's get back to the shrimp fajita bowl. So I got my 3 peppers right here, which I'm gonna chop up and then get going in the pan with some onions. Once that's almost done, I'm also gonna add the shrimp. So you don't wanna overcook the shrimp, so I start with the peppers first, and then I'll add some taco seasoning. I use the one from Primal Palette. You could totally make this on your own, but again, this is just a way to cut on time, and I really like the one from Primal Palette. It's nice and like a good quality. So yeah, I don't mind just using like a pre-made spice in this case. And then along with that mixture in a bowl is just gonna be some plain cauliflower rice and then some mashed avocado. And those 3 together, ooh, so good. I love bowls, guys. If I can just like put different things in a bowl and then eat it, it's perfect. Hopefully you like that too, because you're gonna see a lot of that on this channel. So yeah, so let's just get going. I'm gonna chop this up, and we're almost there, guys. Hello, oh, welcome back. Okay, so the shrimp fajitas are pretty much done now. Cauliflower rice also kind of done. Let me give you a little. So again, this is going to be in a bowl together. So it's going to have the shrimp fajita, the cauliflower rice, and then some guac, and also a little sprinkle of cilantro. But those 2 things you can just do it the day of. It always tastes a little bit better fresh. Anyway, so we are all finished up. I've moved over here because there's a little bit of natural light left. I'm really sorry if the lighting got progressively worse over time. I think I picked one of the gloomiest days to shoot, so I had a very small window of like decent light. But anyways, that was it for the meal prep. Now for the big surprise. I am really excited to share with you guys that I have made a 7-day meal plan for you guys free of charge. So in that 7-day meal plan is going to be exactly the meal prep that we just did. Now, if you're thinking, oh dear, I don't want a meal prep, that's fine. You can just go day by day and follow or just make the meals as you need them. But now you have both options. So this 7-day paleo meal plan will include a guide on the diet, all the recipes with detailed instructions, the ingredients and the nutritional value, and then you'll have the actual meal plan and the grocery list. So you're all set to have like a very successful week of eating healthy, nutrient dense foods and all paleo friendly. So if you want to grab that, it's going to be the first link in my description box. If you like this video, I'd be so grateful if you gave it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And if you know anyone that needs a 7-day meal plan, then definitely send them my way. I'd also love to hear in the comments if you guys would be interested in a longer meal plan, so maybe like a 28-day meal plan. So let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments down below. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.